Vernita? Vernita? I want to talk to you about something. I found something in your drawer that I'm very upset by. I don't know quite what to think. But, I think you should destroy them. I don't want to have to tell your father. I don't want to have to show your father. I won't ask you where you got the ideas for them. I didn't know what to say. I mean, I was caught, and I was guilty. I had made those drawings, and it was exciting. And I suppose I meant them to be a turn-on. Say that. I couldn't say anything, really. I guess I had to follow her instructions. I guess I destroyed them. They no longer exist. I don't know exactly how I did them. It must have been on Saturday morning when my mother was grocery shopping. I must have laid in bed. I know I was in my room. I must have laid in bed half under the covers. It was long before I had lost my virginity that I made those drawings. I don't know where I got the images from exactly. Novels, marriage manuals, my imagination, I suppose. What was exciting about them was, it wasn't just sex. It was sex with love. My mother doesn't remember anything about this. I went out to see her at Thanksgiving, and I took my tape recorder thinking I would casually bring up the whole experience. And when I did, she just laughed. She said, "Oh, that never happened. I don't remember that at all." I remember that I worked very hard on the drawings. They were on good paper. The anatomically correct figures of 8 heads high were drawn secretly in my room. In bed, half under the covers, I would imagine simple situations of love, with never more than 2 figures, always a man and a woman, naked and lovingly entering, just about to enter, or already inside one another. I was very innocent, I know, because no man had ever touched me there, though I confess to pajama parties where a couple of my girlfriends and I would hotly play lovers. Hotly touching nipples, rumps, thighs, and finally clits, till we were hot and moist, imagining the other to be a man, a male with a throbbing thing poking at my pussy through layers of cloth from panties, girdle, slip, dress, jeans, jockey or boxer shorts, till it burst forth in a flood of semen, making both of us wet with it. The drawings. Yes, the drawings. They illustrated different positions. Sitting, standing, leaning. Props, too. various kinds of furniture, no weird objects, just ordinary things like tables and chairs were depicted, though I don't remember including a bed. Perhaps the floor instead, for those lying down. I remember sleeping with my grandmother when I was a small girl of 4 or 5. I loved the smells and textures of her bed. The coarse cotton sheets, the heavy comforter, the sounds.
You know, what started this was that I'm doing this show on teenage sexuality. And so I've been trying to gather information about people's fantasies or experiences when they were teenagers.
And later, when my father finished the bedroom, my brother and I shared a bunk with me on the top and him on the bottom. I remember one night waking up in his bed with him after rolling out of my own bunk into his. Private places. There are many kinds. When I began to grow breasts and have my period, that bedroom became mine alone, and my brother got to sleep in the attic, where he created his own privacy. Still, the route upstairs was through my room, and often, by accident, he would come through when I was half dressed. My bedroom was a sacred place to me. I had an old pink dresser and many places to hide my secrets. Those spots were not so secret, really. My brother would often check out my diary and made me look under my mattress where I had hidden a book I wasn't supposed to be reading, or magazines that I was using for collages of people in underwear. I hid magazines too, movie magazines that friends had given me, or really trashy ones that my girlfriend and I used to find on the road, or issues of National Geographic with pictures of African women with naked breasts. I would read in bed stories and books I wouldn't dare read in the living room. You know, dirty books like Forever Amber by Kathleen Winsor, Gone with the Wind, Marjorie Morningstar. Stories of heroines overcome by love, seduced, forsaken, betrayed, impregnated, fucked. Some of them got angry and spent the rest of their lives hurting every man they met after that. Or some used their beauty to get money and the life they wanted with no hope of finding love except with a gardener or handyman.
Do you ever have any teenage sexual experiences or fantasies? Not that I'm going to talk about right now. Oh, no, I'll stay. Thank you very much.
Private places, bedrooms, drawers. My favorite time of the week was Saturday morning when my mother went grocery shopping and I was supposed to babysit my siblings. As soon as my mother and father drove down the driveway, I would slip into her bedroom to her dresser. Once, when I was in the 8th grade, I skipped my period for 6 months. I don't know why it happened. I hadn't done anything, but boy, was I scared. I didn't tell anyone, but each day I examined my belly for signs of its growing larger. My mother had said that you didn't have to go all the way to get pregnant. Still, I couldn't believe that little bit of kissing I had done with Larry, or our dancing so close at Nancy Jacobson's party, or sitting on his lap, could have made me pregnant, could it?
Oh, 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 oh. Wah! Oh.
So, how about you?
Me? Well, I haven't had that many experiences yet, of course.
Have you had any fantasies?
Sort of, but I mean, I don't know if I would consider them like what most people would consider fantasies.
What do you mean?
Well, I consider it extremely romantic to watch the sunset, like sitting, somewhere, camping somewhere, and then put it on TV.
Passive sexual fantasies can lead to political problems when you get older.